Stalking a monster bull. Monster bull. Look at that whitetail.
Wow, what a stud of a deer.
Yeah, so he put on a bunch of inches
Yeah.
last year. He was just a 4 on that side that we could see.
Yep.
He added the G4, and his other side is actually a bigger 5-point. He's still got the big split brow, that's how we know which one it is. And so he's a bigger deer this year.
Yeah, no kidding.
And he looks like he's got really long beams, which is something that I never get. So if we see him, we're definitely going to kill him.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I would say he's probably the least likely of us to see in those stands.
As much as I love spending time in the stand and chasing deer for myself, one of my all-time greatest passions is sharing my knowledge and understanding of the whitetail woods with close friends and family. Each season, I do my best to carve out as much time as possible to spend with some of my closest friends and try to help make their whitetail dreams come true. And for the past 2 years now, my good friend Don Willimont has joined me, hoping to rekindle some of the whitetail hunting success from years spent growing up in Saskatchewan. Don and I have been friends for years now and have shared numerous hunts together across Alberta and BC. And in the fall of 2022, he was finally able to join me in the whitetail woods in search of a special deer for himself.
I brought a ridiculous amount of layers. I wish it was cold outside. I don't think it's cold enough, Dave.
That's why the deer aren't moving.
It's just, if it was real, Canadian cold, then we might get some rut activity. But right now, we should have worn shorts. I'm way overdressed. Visibility is really good, actually.
Yeah.
I don't see not a lot of fresh tracks, but I think that'll come after this snow starts to settle a little bit. It's already starting to lighten up.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't move that hard last night, which is good. I think it'll go in our favor.
Yeah, I think all the cloud cover, kind of like you were saying this morning, like the no moon out. Yeah, looks really good. The number one most important thing about today is it's not minus 25. So it's beautiful out. I am wearing shorts for the rest of this adventure, just so you know. Finally set up here. I've seen 3 does down behind me, and lights coming up. Snow's still good visibility. We can see out a few hundred meters here, so it's pretty good. But it's good to see that there's activity already. We weren't sure what we were going to get, but 3 deer already, and we've only been sitting here for half an hour. So all systems are go.
Just need the right one.
Yeah.
Fatal Impact is proudly sponsored by Wood Wheaton Super Center, Black Widow Innovations, the MD of Bonnyville, Weatherby, Glendale Targets, Deluxe Wall Tents, and Wapiti River Outdoors.
Don and I spent the first 2 days of his hunt sitting on the ground looking for a couple of different bucks in this particular area. The activity was slow, so we decided to change it up for day 3 and head into one of my favorite stand setups instead.
Day 3. So yesterday, a little bit of activity, a couple of small bucks, and then maybe one doe. So we kind of came down a little bit early yesterday and thought we would go check another area. So checked some trail cams, saw a little bit more activity. Not all of the bucks that we're interested in, but at least a couple that could be shooter bucks. So we're gonna kind of pivot a little bit. It's snowing, which is cool, and it's not minus 25. So a little warmer day, it looks like, with a little bit of precip, but it's a nice gentle kind of snowfall, so it should be pretty good.
I think we'll see more deer.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, there was quite a bit of sign in there, so there's lots of movement and some scrapes that look like they've been refreshed in the last couple of days. So I'm feeling, I think today's the day.
Sure hope so.
Let's make it happen. There's lots of deer sign on the drive in, so that's a good thing. Sit for the day and see if we can get this thing done early, Dana. Bring the deer early.
Before noon.
Before noon. I was hoping like 9:30 before our union coffee break. So if you can make that happen, I'd really appreciate it.
We'll do our best. Let's get in there.
Left on the last day. That was tough, but it's a really pretty 9-point, but just a little bit too young. And I came all the way to Alberta to shoot a deer bigger than Dan Martichuk's, so it's got to be a hard pass. Now, having said that, if I see him at 4:30, we'll reevaluate the situation. But right now, we're going to wait it out. good news is that for the first time up close, we got a chance to see a deer doing what deer do during the rut. So head down and just sniffing. So maybe we get a chance at another deer here. So we opened the scrape up down here, which is good. And a little bit of camera activity last night on the scrape below us. So we sit it out and see what happens. But it was pretty cool. Nice deer. Nice deer next year.
Dawn and I had spent 4 days giving it our all in the bush, and although we saw some beautiful deer, we never did cross paths with any of the bucks that we were after. The largest buck we saw was actually a broken rack split Brow-Tine buck that had lost his entire left antler early in the season. I had spent a ton of time in this stand prior to Dawn arriving, and we hunted that stand for the rest of the season after he left. We had never laid eyes on that deer before Dawn came, and we never saw him again the rest of the year. But in the 4 days of hunting with Dawn, we saw him 3 times, twice in the stand, and once in the headlights of the quad on the way in the morning. For the next year, Dawn and I joked about how that was the only big deer he could see up here, and that somehow, that deer had been drawn to him. When Dawn and I finally made it back into the Whitetail woods the next year, it was the very end of the season. We had hunted hard all month, and Dawn was going to close things out with the last 5 days of November. We had spent nearly 20 days in these particular stands throughout that month leading up to his arrival, and had laid eyes on every buck in there except for 2. A big old non-typical that I was hunting, and the split brow buck from last year. And although we had several shooter class bucks that we were looking for, we both knew in the back of our mind which deer we were hoping to see.
Fatal Impact is proudly sponsored by Scree Gear, Top-Notch Taxidermy Studio, OnX Hunt, Covert Scouting Cameras, Mad Ramps, Federal Premium Ammunition, and High Mountain Seasonings.
Wow, what a stud of a deer.
Yeah, he put on a bunch of inches.
Yeah.
Last year he was just a 4 on that side that we could see.
Yeah.
He added the G4, and his other side is actually a bigger 5-point. He's still got the big split brow, that's how we know which one it is. And so he's a bigger deer this year.
Yeah, no kidding.
And he looks like he's got really long beams, which is something that I never get. So if we see him, we're definitely going to kill him.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I would say he's probably the least likely of us to see in those stands.
Huh?
You're putting the hat on. Holy.
bet. It's hot. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get this thing done. So what did you set this up for? The deer in the first 25 minutes? Is that what we have scheduled?
I would love nothing more.
Yeah, let's get this over with.
This is my 19th day at a tree stand this month, Don. So if we can get this over with quick, I'd be happy. Well, we're in the right spot. There's that 9-pointers in here quite often, so
We have a target deer, that's all I care about.
yeah.
It's nice though. Last year I was here and it was minus 25 and windy as heck. Now we got some mild temperatures. Probably overkill with my awesome Scree gear, but we're gonna sit and enjoy a beautiful morning and let's get this thing done. It's time for retribution. I'm not getting skunked again.
As much as we joked about it being over as quickly as possible, neither of us could have ever predicted that 30 minutes later, we would catch movement in the trees out in front of Dawn.
If he comes up, kill that deer. Can you see him there? I don't know which
which one it is. I'm pretty sure that's him. Just wait. Yeah.
Stop him.
Yeah. Again. Hey, right there, Don. Get him, kill him.
I can't see him.
He's down on the bottom.
Okay. I can't get on him.
Yeah, he's dead.
The second shot, I think I hit the tree.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that happened way faster than we planned, Dana. This is supposed to be like a 10-day adventure, isn't it?
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, well, looks like we got ourselves a deer down.
As soon as I see him step out, big, dark body, and I didn't have my binos there at the bottom of my bag, and I'm trying to look on the camera, but I'm like, that's a big deer.
Well, we're about to go find out, so it'd be awesome if I could finally put my Alberta Whitetail adventure to bed. Was it the left here?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, there's blood. He was where he came through here. Was standing here.
He's whoa, Dana. Dana, he's a stud, man. Holy. Yeah. Hang on here.
You know who that is, Don?
What deer is this?
That's your old friend from last year.
Is that him?
That's old One Horn.
Oh, look at this deer. So, this is One Horn from last year.
This is One Horn from last year.
So, Dana and I were in the stand last year, and we had him 2 days, but one antler, and he had busted it off fighting, and we kept saying, man, if he just had both antlers, he'd be a dandy deer. And look at that. I get a repeat appearance first morning. I don't even think we're 90 minutes in the stand. There's a number of things about this deer that are super special. It's been since I was here last November, there's been a lot of things have changed in my life. I lost my brother this spring, and where my brother and I came together, one of the things that brought us always close was whitetail hunting. My brother had he was sober for a number of years, but it was hunting whitetail deers where we started his journey back to sobriety. So this deer is from my brother John. But now to be here, you know, last year we sat all these days, and this deer was in front of us twice and had one antler. And to be able to come back first day, first set, not even 90 minutes in the stand, and to have a reunion with this beautiful, look at this deer. Just great, nice sweeping beams, beautiful color, this great split brow. Like everything about him last year said, this deer is dynamite. I wish he had a match set, and he does, and I got them both. And for me to get him, as the only guy that ever sees him with Dana is me. So I'm super excited to be able to come here and get a deer like this. This is a special hunt for me, so awesome. Couldn't be happier.